God says, this is not a joke. Something very, very shocking will happen in the next hour. The words are not meant to scare, they are meant to awaken. They are meant to stir the deepest part of your being that has been asleep, numbed by routines, distracted by the endless noise of the world, and dulled by the ordinary. Life has a way of lulling us into complacency, of making us think that everything is predictable, that nothing will ever touch us beyond the familiar patterns of our days. But God's voice cuts through that illusion. It pierces through the mundane, through the ordinary, and reaches straight into the core of our souls. Do you feel it? That sudden weight in your chest. That tightening of your heart, that flutter of urgency that cannot be ignored. That is not fear. That is awakening. That is the soul recognizing the truth that life is fleeting, that the world is fragile, that time is not ours to waste. God speaks not in whispers, but in moments that demand attention, that shake the very foundation of our being, and force us to confront what truly matters. In the next hour, something will shift. Something will move in ways you cannot yet comprehend. The heavens are aligning, and the unseen forces are in motion. What you think of as chance is in fact divine orchestration. What you dismiss as coincidence is a signal, a call, a message that cannot be ignored. And God says, open this urgent message immediately before it is too late. Do not skip. Do not delay. The urgency is not about panic. It is about clarity. It is about the moment when the veil lifts, and you see not what is fleeting or trivial, but what is eternal. God does not speak to distract, God speaks to reveal. And revelation requires readiness, requires willingness, requires the courage to confront truths that might shock, that might challenge every belief you have ever held. Look around. What are you holding on to that will not last? What pride, what anger, what resentment, what fear, what attachment is keeping you from seeing clearly? In the next hour, everything may change. And what you carry lightly may weigh heavily. The message is urgent because life itself is urgent. The hourglass has been turning for years, decades, moments, and in this hour, something pivotal is about to unfold. Do not dismiss this as another ordinary message. Every second counts. Every breath counts. Every heartbeat is a gift that the world will not always offer. And God's warning is a mirror held up to your soul, reflecting back the urgency of awakening, the necessity of alignment with truth, the call to action that cannot be postponed. Perhaps you feel unready. Perhaps you feel uncertain. Perhaps doubt whispers in your mind that this is exaggerated, that it is fear, that it is nothing. But divine truth does not wait for consent. It does not negotiate. It does not tiptoe quietly. It comes with a force, a clarity, a certainty that demands recognition. The shocking event, whatever it may be, is not the end, it is the catalyst. It is the spark that ignites transformation, that burns away illusions, that illuminates the path you have been too distracted to see. Pause. Breathe. Listen. Within the silence that follows the rush of words, within the quiet that enters when you open your heart fully to God's presence, there is understanding. There is the recognition that what is about to happen is not merely external, it is internal. The shock you may face in the world mirrors the shock needed within your spirit. You have been comfortable, complacent, lulled into thinking that life is predictable. But God is reminding you that life is sacred, that time is fragile, that you are alive not to linger in mediocrity, but to awaken, to act, to rise. Every moment you delay, every distraction you embrace, every trivial pursuit you prioritize over truth, you miss the purpose of the message. And the message is simple, yet profound: be awake. Be alert. Be ready. Not in a superficial way, not just in thought or words, but in the depth of your soul, in the alignment of your actions with divine will, in the courage to face what is coming without flinching. And so the message continues to echo: this is not a joke. Something very, very shocking will happen in the next hour. The repetition is deliberate, for human minds are prone to disbelief, to underestimating the gravity of what cannot be seen, to ignoring the unseen forces that govern life. But the divine insistence is not to frighten, it is to awaken. It is to open eyes that have been closed by routine, to open hearts that have been hardened by time, to open minds that have been clouded by skepticism. Prepare yourself, not in panic, but in presence. Not in fear, but in courage. Not in hesitation, but in action. The shock that is coming will not wait for readiness, it will reveal the truth regardless. And those who have prepared spiritually, mentally, emotionally, who have opened their hearts to God's guidance, will navigate it not as victims, but as awakened participants in the unfolding of divine will. You are not here by accident. You are reading this because God intended for you to see it, to feel it, to act upon it. There is no coincidence, only design beyond human comprehension. The next hour may bring news, events, or revelations that shake your world. But the true shock lies not in the external, but in the realization of your inner alignment with purpose, your readiness to embrace truth, your courage to stand when the unexpected arrives. Open your heart. Let the urgency enter every fiber of your being. Let it awaken dormant strength, hidden wisdom, and faith that has yet to be tested. The hour is coming. The revelation is imminent. And God's voice, through this message, calls you to rise, to see, to act, and to be transformed. Do not waste a moment. Do not delay. Do not turn away. The divine call is clear, urgent, and necessary. It is the awakening you have been waiting for, the shock that will illuminate the path, the catalyst that will shake you free from illusion, the moment that will define your alignment with truth. The hour approaches. You can feel it in the quickening of your pulse, in the tightening of your chest, in the subtle tremor of the spirit that refuses to be silenced. God's message is not idle. It is living, vibrant, pulsating with the energy of the universe itself. It is a summons to awareness, to vigilance, to the readiness that separates the awakened from the slumbering. Many will dismiss it. Many will ignore the urgency. Many will turn away, thinking the words are merely symbolic, a dramatic echo in the corridors of the mind. But you, yes, you, have felt the weight of it. You have felt the undeniable pull of divinity demanding attention. There is something profound about a warning that comes with immediacy. In the next hour, events may unfold that will leave the unprepared stunned, disoriented, shaken to the very foundation of their existence. But for those who heed this message, there is clarity. There is foresight. There is a calm in the storm, a light that illuminates the path when darkness falls, a compass that points unerringly toward truth. God says, open this urgent message immediately before it is too late. Do not skip. Do not delay. These are not mere words. They are a divine directive, a call to consciousness. In these words lies the power to transform, to awaken, to prepare you for what is coming. They insist upon action, upon attention, upon a willingness to confront reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. Consider your life up to this moment. How often have you drifted through days without presence, without true awareness of the fragility and fleeting nature of time? How often have distractions, trivialities, and illusions consumed your attention while the deeper currents of existence moved silently, inexorably, toward their course? The divine message is a reminder. The currents are still moving. The tide is still rising. And the moment for awakening is now. Do not think this is fear-mongering. Do not mistake urgency for panic. This is preparation. This is alignment. This is God's way of shaking the foundations so that you may rise from the complacency that numbs the soul. The shocking event, whatever form it may take, is not an end, it is an initiation. It is a crucible in which truth is revealed, in which priorities are clarified, in which the soul is tested and strengthened. In this hour, you are called to see. To see yourself clearly. To see the world clearly. To see beyond the illusions that veil the truth. The divine message insists upon clarity because clarity is survival, clarity is awakening, clarity is transformation. Every unexamined belief, every suppressed fear, every hidden doubt will surface. And when it does, you must not turn away. You must meet it with courage, with awareness, with the unflinching presence of a soul ready to embrace reality. Ask yourself now, if the shocking event comes, will you be ready? Will you recognize the lessons hidden within chaos? Will you grasp the opportunities hidden within disruption? God does not speak for mere compliance. God speaks for awakening. For the transformation that comes only when the familiar is shattered, when illusions are stripped away, when the soul stands bare before truth. Open this message not as a text to be read casually, but as a portal into readiness. Let every word sink into the deepest chambers of your consciousness. Let every sentence awaken the senses dulled by routine, the spirit numbed by familiarity, the heart hardened by apathy. There is urgency here because life itself is urgent. Every second you waste, every moment you postpone awakening, you risk the weight of what is coming overwhelming you, and yet, within this urgency is hope. Within this warning is opportunity. Within the shock lies clarity, illumination, and the chance to rise above the ordinary constraints of fear, doubt, and distraction. The divine does not send warnings to terrify, it sends them to prepare. To guide, to awaken, to transform. The shock will reveal what you have neglected, faith untested, courage unclaimed, purpose unrealized. It will strip away pretense, reveal what is essential, and demand action from every fiber of your being. Feel it now, the rising awareness, the stirring in the soul, the undeniable certainty that this moment is not ordinary, that the next hour is not ordinary, that you are not ordinary. God's call reaches through time and space to you specifically. You are not a bystander. You are a participant. You are being called to witness, to act, to awaken. Do not waste a second in doubt. Do not squander a moment in hesitation. The shock may be external, but the transformation is internal. It is not about what happens to you, it is about what happens within you. It is about awakening to truth, embracing courage, aligning with purpose, and stepping into the fullness of your divine potential. Remember these words: this is not a joke. Something very, very shocking will happen in the next hour. Repeat them in your mind, let them echo in your heart, let them resonate through every thought, every breath, every decision. They are your guide, your warning, your divine compass pointing toward awakening, toward truth, toward alignment. Prepare your heart, sharpen your awareness, deepen your faith. The hour is not far. The revelation is near. And in that revelation lies the power to transform, the power to awaken, the power to rise above the ordinary into the extraordinary. Do you feel it? That subtle tremor that runs through your spirit, that quiet insistence that something beyond the ordinary is calling you to attention? It is not coincidence. It is not imagination. It is God. It is the divine force speaking directly into the core of your being, reaching through the noise of distraction, the clutter of your mind, the comfort of complacency. The message is simple, yet piercing: this is not a joke. Something very, very shocking will happen in the next hour. The next hour will not wait. Time has always been relentless. But now it is urgent. The seconds pass, and with each one, the divine summons grows stronger. You are being asked not only to listen, but to act, to awaken, to align. Every thought, every feeling, every intention in this moment matters. God is reminding you that life is not a rehearsal. It is not something to be postponed, ignored, or taken lightly. Every heartbeat is sacred. Every breath is precious. And the shock that is coming is meant to awaken you to that sacredness, to the reality of existence in all its fragile, breathtaking intensity. Do not underestimate what is coming. The world will try to keep you distracted. The ordinary will attempt to soothe you into inertia. Doubt will whisper that it is only another alarm. Another exaggeration, another trivial disruption in the rhythm of your life. But God does not speak through whispers when awakening is urgent. God speaks in clarity, in urgency, in a voice that cannot be ignored. Take a moment and feel your own presence. Feel your body. Feel your heart. Feel the energy of life within you. That energy is the gift that God has given you, the same energy that will carry you through the shock to come, the same energy that will illuminate your path when the familiar crumbles. And the message insists upon one thing above all: awareness. Be awake. Be fully present. Do not drift. Do not pretend that the world is safe, predictable, or controllable. It is not. The shocking event is not meant to terrify you, it is meant to awaken you. It is meant to break open the shell of complacency, to strip away the illusions, to reveal the truth that has been waiting patiently for your recognition. Many will resist. Many will panic. Many will turn inward, consumed by fear and uncertainty. But those who heed this message, who open their hearts and souls to its urgency, will find strength, clarity, and resilience beyond imagination. Ask yourself, what have you been avoiding? What truths have you denied? What actions have you postponed? The shock that comes will expose everything, leaving nothing hidden. But if you have prepared within, if your soul has remained vigilant, if your heart has been attuned to divine guidance, then what seems like chaos to the unready will become a revelation, an opportunity, a doorway into deeper understanding. God's message is insistent. Open this urgent message immediately before it is too late. Do not skip. Do not delay. There is wisdom in this insistence. There is urgency because life itself is urgent. Every unexamined moment, every neglected opportunity, every postponed act of courage distances you from the awakening that is your birthright. The shock is not punishment, it is revelation. It is the hammer that breaks the stone, the lightning that illuminates the night, the fire that purifies and strengthens. You are not powerless. You are not a bystander. You are a participant in this unfolding divine orchestration. The universe moves with precision, and your awareness, your readiness, your courage, your faith, these are not incidental. They are central to how you navigate what is coming. Do not waste a single heartbeat in distraction. Do not squander a single thought in doubt. Every ounce of focus, every breath of attention, every act of alignment strengthens you, prepares you, awakens you. Feel the sacredness of this moment. Feel the weight of the message. Feel the power of your own spirit rising to meet it. The next hour may bring a revelation that shakes the world, but the true shock will be within, the awakening of your heart. The illumination of your mind, the recognition of your purpose, and the courage to embrace it fully. You are being called to rise above fear, to rise above hesitation, to rise above doubt. You are being called to awaken to the truth that life is fleeting, that time is sacred, that existence is miraculous, and that the divine speaks not in whispers of comfort, but in urgent calls to action. Do not ignore it. Do not turn away. Do not allow the familiar distractions of comfort to dull your awareness. In the next hour, the world may shift. Events may unfold beyond your control. But your soul, your consciousness, your alignment with divine truth, these are within your control. And God's urgent message is a lifeline, a beacon, a guide. It is an invitation to step fully into presence, to awaken fully to reality, to embrace fully the power and purpose that have always been within you. Let the words echo within you. This is not a joke. Something very, very shocking will happen in the next hour. Let them resonate through every fiber of your being. Let them awaken courage where there was fear, clarity where there was confusion, faith where there was doubt, action where there was inertia. Let them prepare you, strengthen you, illuminate you. The hour approaches. Are you ready? The hour is almost upon you. You can feel it in the tremor beneath your ribs, in the subtle tightening of your chest, in the awareness that something immense is shifting just beyond the horizon of your perception. God's words are not idle. They are not meant to alarm without reason. They are not meant to be ignored. They are a divine summons, a cosmic alarm, a calling that pierces the veil of ordinary life and reaches straight into the heart of your being. This is not a joke. Something very, very shocking will happen in the next hour. These words are not abstract, they are tangible, alive, and brimming with purpose. The shock that is coming is not simply a disruption of your external world. It is a reckoning within. It will illuminate the truths you have avoided, the fears you have buried, the courage you have postponed claiming. And it will do so with a clarity that leaves nothing hidden, nothing ambiguous, nothing deferred. This is your moment to awaken. Not tomorrow, not when it feels convenient, not when the world seems safe. Now. The urgency is absolute because life itself is absolute. Every second, every heartbeat, every breath is part of a sacred rhythm that will not pause for hesitation. The divine message is a call to alignment. Align your mind with truth, your heart with love, your spirit with courage, your actions with purpose. Look within. There are corners of your soul that have been neglected, shadows of doubt, hidden insecurities, quiet fears that whisper at night. The shock that is coming will not merely test your outer world, it will bring these inner landscapes to light. And in that illumination lies freedom. In that revelation lies power. In that awakening lies the chance to rise beyond the ordinary and step fully into your divine potential. The urgency is not punishment. It is opportunity. The shock is not a curse. It is initiation. It is the divine fire that burns away illusion, that clears the path, that illuminates what you must see. And God's insistence, open this urgent message immediately before it is too late, is the anchor to which your soul must tether itself. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Do not think that mere awareness will suffice. Action is required. Presence is demanded. Courage is essential. Do you feel your heart quicken? Do you feel your mind sharpen? This is the divine preparation, the stirring of your spirit to meet what is coming. Those who ignore it, who dismiss it, who turn away, will be confronted by chaos unprepared. Those who heed it, who open their hearts fully, who align their spirits, will face the shock not as victims, but as awakened participants in the unfolding of God's will. God speaks now not in whispers of comfort, but in urgent proclamations of truth. The world may continue in its ordinary rhythm, oblivious to the imminence of what is coming. But you have heard. You have read. You have felt the pulse of the divine within you. And that pulse is the key to navigating the storm. It is the compass, the anchor, the guiding light. In this hour, do not cling to the familiar. Do not seek safety in routines. Do not retreat into the known. The shock will demand courage, demand presence, demand alignment with the eternal truths that have always existed beyond the veil of distraction. Step forward, unafraid. Face the truth with eyes wide open, heart unguarded, soul unshaken. The divine message is both warning and invitation, the warning of shock, the invitation to awakening. To be awakened is to see with clarity, to act with courage, to love with depth, to embrace life with intensity. It is to step beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond hesitation, and into the realm where your highest potential meets divine will. You are not alone in this. God's presence surrounds you, guiding, illuminating, fortifying. Every fear can be transformed into courage, every doubt into clarity, every hesitation into decisive action. And when the shocking event comes, you will not be consumed by it. You will be defined by your response. You will rise, awakened, aligned, empowered, ready. Do not underestimate the power of this moment. Do not diminish the weight of this hour. The shock will ripple outward, touching every aspect of existence. And within that shock lies revelation, the unveiling of truths you have long avoided, the clarity of purpose you have long sought, the awakening of strength you did not know you possessed. This is not a joke. Something very, very shocking will happen in the next hour. Let these words resonate in every cell of your being. Let them ignite courage where there was fear, faith where there was doubt, action where there was inertia. Let them awaken the deepest parts of your soul to the reality that life is precious, fragile, miraculous, and fleeting, and that you have been chosen, called, and prepared to rise in this moment. Now is the time. The hour is nearly upon you. Open your heart fully, awaken your mind fully, align your spirit fully. The shock is coming, but within it lies your awakening, your transformation, your divine ascension. The choice is not whether the shock will come, it will. The choice is how you meet it, how you rise, how you awaken, how you embrace the power and purpose that God has always intended for you. Step forward. Be present. Be awake. Be ready. The next